strikers, they'll deliver. Crowd roars erupted, you can feel the quake. 80,000.
Hello, everybody, you're welcome to the channel. So, Nigerian Super Eagles were able to defeat Lesotho 2-1. Quite frankly, the Nigerian Super Eagles were the better side from start to finish, but this huge but was a very tepid start still, dominated possession, but we're not really doing much with the possession, so first half ended 0-0. And for me, one major thing that stood out immediately in midfield, Iwobi and Ndidi, for me, they don't quite cut it. Iwobi obviously was the more, would I say, progressive of both of the two players, but still left something lacking for me. But Ndidi, his age is beginning to show, but fair play, I'm sure they want to give him the last hurrah in the team. And then you just knew Lesotho coming into this game, we want to sit deep, we want to be difficult to break down because they had nothing really to lose, and you wouldn't blame them. You know, obviously they didn't want to get pasted in their home game, especially home game you call it, but it's in South Africa anyways. But you don't want to get pasted, you don't want to get absolutely mauled, you know. So fair play to them. They sat back and we're deep. I think Ademola Lookman was a bit tensed in that first half, and then as well as Simon Moses played on the right hand side, to struggling to create chances, but balls were coming to the box, lots of crosses were coming to the box. Tula Dare was the physical presence, but wasn't really creating that much. Victor Osimhen was hustling and harrying, trying to press, but not really creating that much for that first half. And then you go on to the second half. Second half was much better. Tula Dare, I was a bit surprised when he was taken off, if I'm completely honest, because he was actually being that physical presence that you anticipate that you wanted to see. Because for me, when I saw that second lineup of Tula Dare pairing up with Victor Osimhen, I felt like Eric Chelle would be going for this two-man strike force where you're having one big one top one, small one, that would hold the ball, flick it on for his teammates, bring his teammates into play. And my opinion, the first half, Tula Dare didn't do that well, in my opinion. He lost the ball a bit too much. He was dropping deep, but he wasn't doing it quite well. But in the second half, I think he came into his own. He was taking the ball into his chest, dropping it off for teammates, for wingers, and for Victor Osimhen at some point. But Eric Chelle took him off, and I was like, why are you taking him off? Now he's beginning to get into the swing of things. He's beginning to, embrace this tactical setup you have with him and Victor Osimhen. He took him off and brought on another player I liked, that I rated for some time, Montpellier, then moved on to, was it Lillstrom, and then he moved on to Montpellier, and then from Montpellier, he moved on to Sevilla in the Spanish La Liga, and he scored against Barcelona in their 4-1 win for Barcelona, and then he's come into this game, his debut, his first match for the Nigerian Super Eagles, I think his first full debut. He comes on and he scores, very well taking goal, and the assist, kudos to Victor Osimhen. That's why I say Victor Osimhen is super important for this team. Even when he's not scoring goals, he is creating for people, he is putting pressure on defenders, he's making defenders make mistakes. So he created that goal for Akor Adams, and Akor Adams took that goal brilliantly. Nice little step over that you love to see. Nice little step over, drop of the shoulder, goes past the defender, places into the far corner, no chance for the goalkeeper. Happy days, brilliant to double up the lead. And of course, the first goal was scored by Troost-Ekong for a penalty, handball by the Lesotho defender. And then a couple of minutes afterwards, there was a penalty. It should have been a penalty, but I don't understand. I don't understand the referee trying to, is it make amends for giving a correct penalty? If the penalty given against Lesotho wasn't the right decision, then I'll kind of understand. But that was the right decision to give the first penalty, and that should have been the second penalty, my humble opinion. But the referee decided that he wasn't going to give a penalty. But I kept saying in that game, Nigeria, you need to score the second goal. You need to score the second goal. And then you got a corner kick. And for me, it was one that was easily avoidable, but nonetheless got the corner kick. Cross came in, and Wabali, what was he doing there? What was Wabali doing there? My opinion, that's a ball you come out and you claim or you actually punch it. End of the day, he did neither. He did neither. That was really poor from him, in my opinion. He should have actually come out there, grabbed the ball, or punched the ball miles away from the goal line, but he dropped it. And Didi sort of wasn't 100% committed to blocking off the volley from I call it volley, but it was just someone basically helping the ball on. It wasn't like a well articulated, well planned out volley by the Lesotho player. The ball is coming to me, I might as well help it on. He did, came off the inside of the, as I say, left hand post and going to the net 2-1. But I kept screaming at the TV set while I was watching this game. I kept screaming at it. I said, the defense looked weak. The midfield began to look tired. And I don't know why Eric Chelle refused to make the right decision, or rather make that decision to change the midfield. With 10 minutes to go, he was looking really tired. Rather, he went on and brought Zaidu Sanusi to take the place of Simon Moses, took off Ademola Lookman, brought on Chukwueze. I think that was a good one. Because there's something Ademola Lookman did. I'm not trying to be harsh, but there's something he did that sort of took away impetus from the Super Eagles. Because after the game went to 2-0, Nigeria looking like they were going to get a third goal. And then he fell for the Lesotho player, quite frankly, fouled him, but you keep going. You go, you get the ball, turn. He went and touched the Lesotho player on the chest, who should be getting an Oscar. He should be getting an Oscar for super acting. He just and fell on the floor, was holding his face when Ademola Lookman's hands were nowhere near his face, and that shouldn't have been a yellow card. But the referee fell for it, gave Ademola Lookman a yellow card, and I think that sort of took some momentum away from the game. But overall, like I said, I'll take a win anytime, any day. Fair play. Nigeria got the win, so happy days. And then South Africa drew against Zimbabwe. I think 0-0. They drew that game, and then 2 time minutes. Benin Republic, this team, Benin Republic, they went on there and they ended up getting a goal, which sees them on 17 points, which means if they get a draw against Nigeria, that moves them to 18 points, and they will be the team to qualify for the World Cup. Because right now, South Africa are on, South Africa are on 15 points, so it would then take them to 18 points if they go on to win the game versus what they call themselves. Now they're going to win their next fixture. So it's a bit tight up there. The honor still remains the same, the responsibility still remains the same, the objective still remains the same for the Nigerian Super Eagles going to that game, and the objective is 110% win. It's a home game. You put yourself in this tough situation. The only thing you can do, go into that game and win. It doesn't change anything. But right now, as opposed to you go to Benin Republic, you win by a goal. You play against Benin Republic, you win by a goal to 0. You're ahead of them, and you can qualify. That's if they have drawn and have 15 points. A win would have automatically taken you to 17, and then 2 points ahead of Benin Republic. But now they have 17 points, and you must win. You must win, and not just by 1-0. You must win by, let's say, 2-3-0, 3 clear goals. The way I look at it, except it's different because right now I'm seeing plus minus goal difference is 5 for Benin Republic, and Nigeria is 3, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So Nigeria has to go out there and score 3 clear goals. 3 clear goals to win, and that is where my problem now lies. That's where the issue now lies for me. Right, we've won this game, but how many times have we seen Nigeria absolutely smash teams 4-0, 5-0, 6-0? That's what Nigeria would need right now with that goal. If it was just a draw, then it would be we're going into the game versus Benin, get a win, whether it's a 1-0 win, half a nil win, and then hope South Africa drop further points in their next game. But and then South Africa will play Rwanda. So let's see how that shapes up going into that game. Now, for players and their performances, looking at Benjamin Fredericks, that boy is top class. Any other list that is being put together for the Nigerian Super Eagles, whether it's for AFCON, whether it's for World Cup, whatever tournament, friendly match, whatever, Benjamin Frederick should be playing, should be on that list. There is no excuses. There shouldn't be any reason to keep him on the bench. If he's fit, he should play. If he's fit, there's no saying, oh, one thing or the other, we're going to drop him off. No, because he's proven himself as centre back. Played alongside Calvin Bassey, top notch at centre back. And then when I saw that he was going to play at right back, I was like, Eric Chelle, what are you doing? Why are you having him play right back? Given the fact, obviously, you have the injuries and stuff, but I was feeling, why don't you get an actual right back in and let this boy cook in that central defense alongside Calvin Bassey? But he played right back today, and he was phenomenal. He was phenomenal. I think, apart from the fact that you got Akor Adams getting the goal, Troost-Ekong converting the penalty, Victor Osimhen teams essentially, pressuring the back line of Lesotho, coming up with that assist. Benjamin Frederick has the argument to be the best player for the Super Eagles in this game. He is a definite find. Kudos to Simon Moses for his academy where Benjamin Frederick used to play. Kudos for their scouting team, whoever scouted Benjamin Frederick. Kudos to you. Brentford, you have a good one on your hands. Don't let him sleep. I know right now he's playing on loan to the Denda FC in the Belgian league, but he is the real deal. Benjamin Frederick is the real deal. For those of you that say, "Oh, I don't talk about Nigerian players. Oh, I don't, I don't give compliments to players." I give compliments to players when they deserve it. So Amari DMX says Nigeria very poor, or I'm sure you meant very poor. I wouldn't say very poor, but the performance wasn't really what I was hoping for, especially in the first half. But right now is getting 3 points on the board, getting the results on the board. Hopefully going into the game versus Benin Republic, you're able to trash them, because that's what you need to do. You need to absolutely trash Benin Republic. That's it. And normally you should not be afraid of Benin Republic, but now seeing that they've got that win, what that means is that they can hunker down and decide to defend. But then again, with South Africa also still being alive, because if South Africa had drawn, maybe that would have put Benin Republic in a stronger position. But given the fact that South Africa are still alive, that may mean Benin Republic would come all out to attack and solidify their qualification. Now it's left for Nigeria to do what they have to do. And now we're coming up against a Benin Republic. Benin Republic are a better team than Lesotho. That doesn't even, it's not even worth mentioning. Fred, thanks, Fred. Say good evening, sir. Good evening to you, Fred. Thanks for your comments. Means so much. Thank you so much. Benin Republic are a way better team. 110% better team than Lesotho. So going to that game, the midfield has to be stronger. It will be today. He was the better of the two midfielders. That's between himself and Wilfred Ndidi. But I think against Benin Republic, Christian Uche should start alongside Iwobi, because Ndidi, and for crying out loud, please, Eric Chelle, this thing of you seeing the midfield get tired, losing possession of the ball, you just watch it happen, watch the game, just peter out. It's not good. It's not good enough, in my opinion. Wabali. I think it's time for you to get your heads on your shoulders right. Stanley Wabali. The goal, 100% was at fault for the Lesotho goal. But that was an easy ball. You come out, you catch it, or you punch it as far as you can. He did either. They got that goal. And then there was miscommunication between himself and Semi Ajayi. So that's a big issue. That's something that we need to look at as well. So Fred asks, is on what condition will Nigeria qualify for the World Cup? If Nigeria beats Benin Republic for one, and then South Africa drop 2 further points when they play Rwanda, so then Nigeria will qualify automatically. But it's not straightforward, because if it was the game ended in a draw with Rwanda, a win A 1-0 win, half a goal win would have seen the Nigeria Super Eagles qualify with South Africa dropping points, right? So now, given the head-to-head, remember Nigeria lost to Benin Republic. So going into this game, if Nigeria does win that game by 3 goals or more, then qualification is assured, especially, not just especially, if South Africa drop points. So that's where we find ourselves. You don't want to be here. Algeria won, qualified for the World Cup, with a game to spare. Morocco, the same thing. Egypt, the same thing. That's the kind of place Nigeria should be. But for whatever reason, and that's not where we're at. So that's just out of the bunkers. That's where we find ourselves. Akor Adams, yeah, you've proven yourself. You've proven yourself with the opportunity he got, and he was making life a bit difficult for the Lesotho players. Now, I will share the link to the video. You want to join me, have discussions about it, give your thoughts and opinions on the game, how you feel, how you feeling right now. You're excited for the game on Tuesday versus Benin Republic. Excited for that game. Let me know your thoughts and opinions for me. The objective still remains the same. Now, going on to continue rating the players versus rating the players. Troost-Ekong, I'll say 5.5 to 7. So I'll just say 7 points, 7 over 10, because he got that goal. It was fairly okay at the back, but there's still some doubts about the way he played. Elijah Madiba. I win our friends. What did he say? Okay, it says, well done to Super Eagles. I pray you win against Benin Republic. I pray we win against Benin Republic, and my nation win the next game. For that one, when we're in disagreement, we stop right at that end there. That's where our agreement stops. So Benin Republic, there'll be a tough side. Genetro, I'm sure he didn't like the way he got sacked at Nigeria, despite the fact that Nigeria qualifying for World Cup, which fine under him. So definitely want to come in and feel like they'll be confident. The first game that was played on the neutral ground in Ivory Coast, that was meant to be their home fixture, they ended up winning 2-1, despite the fact that Nigeria got the first goal in that game. And going into this game right now, that means head-to-head, they have the advantage head-to-head. So Nigeria has to win, and win not just by one, win by more than a couple of goals. And so, if for whatever reason Nigeria doesn't qualify for the World Cup, then the NFF, Gusau, the lot, they should be shoveled off out of the NFF. They should be because they in some way contributed to Nigeria being in this situation right now. I know it's easy. It's clear for everyone to see, you can point at Eric Chelle, the decisions he makes, the substitutions he makes. You can point at those. Fine. You can point at the striker, misses a goal. You can see those clearly with your eyes. But the decision not to hire a coach the moment the AFCON was done, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. It blows my mind. Because you knew you were not going to go with him after the AFCON. You still kept him on going into the Lesotho game. And let's face it, if you have a job and you know your boss is set to sack you, and the only reason you're around is because he's looking for your replacement, your brain wouldn't be 100% in that job. Because as you will also be thinking of, how am I going to apply for a new job? As a tech assistant, they want to sack me at this health institution. How do I get a new job? Your brain wouldn't be at that job. And so Jose Pesero's brain head concentration wasn't fully with the Nigerian Super Eagles. And so he came up with the performance and set up how he did. And then after dropping points to Lesotho and Zimbabwe, I think the first time, then you went on and brought a very inexperienced coach for a World Cup qualifying series, and then drop points to Benin Republic. So you see, so so what does Madiba says? He says we are twin brothers. We look out for each other. Alrighty there. So it still remains the same thing. Going into those games, you have to win. But if Nigeria, for whatever reason, doesn't qualify for this World Cup, Gusau, gone. because there should be some accountability. That's the problem that faces Nigerian football. You can sack coaches, you can change players, but the people at the helm that make the choices for coaches and sometimes even affect the squad list, the NFL, they should have some responsibility. They should stop hiding behind coaches and players. They have some responsibility as well. And then Calvin Bassey, I would say Calvin Bassey, maybe I give Calvin Bassey, what would I say, 6.5 because he wasn't that great, but it was okay. It was just okay. And the same thing for Bruno Yemachi. He was okay, wasn't fantastic. I like the idea of the passes he was trying to make, between the centre back and the right back, the spaces they were leaving. I like the idea, the concept of the passes he was trying to make for Ademola Lookman that was looking to make those runs, between the lines, but poorly executed, time after time after time after time after time, poorly executed. And so for me, I'll give him a 6.5. Ademola Lookman, I'll give him a 6.5 as well, though he showed some moments of brilliance on the ball, took on the Lesotho player at the second half. At some point, he took the Lesotho player absolutely to the cleaners, put the ball into the box and all that, but still not yet that vintage African Footballer of the Year, Atalanta, hat-trick scoring in Europa League final. Ademola Lookman still not at that point yet, but I'll give him a 6.5. And then looking at the midfield and Didi, I'll give him Didi a 6. I'll give him a 6. Maybe right now, the fact that Nigeria has won is coloring how I'm giving some of these ratings, some of these players, because Didi he didn't quite look up to it for me. But I don't know what you think. Let me know in the comment section if you felt like Didi deserved a higher rate or deserves a higher rating. It will be, I'll give him a 6.5 still. If maybe there's a 6.7, if there's something like that. Yeah, because he looked more positive to being on the ball. But still, the problem is execution. So execution, because Nigeria dominated the ball in this game. Fair play to Eric Chelle and the Super Eagles. They dominated the ball. They had a lot of the ball, but that final pass, that final ball, that final decision, was lacking in certain areas. For me, I know who will say this is a win, and it's a win. I'm happy with it. Believe me, I am super happy with the win, right? But for me, I always like to call out things, even in the win, because you don't ignore something in the win, and then when it happens in the loss, you call it out. So that execution thing was an issue today. And then Victor Osimhen, he didn't score today, but I'll give him a 7. He put himself about very well. He put pressure on the back line of Lesotho. He set up the goal, got that assist for Akor Adams. So I'll give him a 7 for that one. And then I've even given a rating for Benjamin Frederick. Benjamin Frederick, I'll give him a 9. A solid 9.5 out of 10. Benjamin Frederick, solid 9 out of 10 for Benjamin Frederick. And then we're talking about Simon Moses. He was just there. He puts in some good crosses to the box, but yet again, not vintage performance for me. I'm sorry. So I'll just give him a 6. I'll give him a 6. Ademola Lookman, still, like I said, I'll give him a 6, 6.5 thereabout. He didn't really do it for me today. He tried, but not the vintage Ademola Lookman that we've come to love, come to like in this team. And then, of course, talking about Akor Adams, he comes in and his goal turned out to be the game winner. He's come on and he scored that goal. During the game, I was watching, I was saying, come on now, you need to get that second goal. You need to get that second goal. Because if you remember, play Zimbabwe at the Gospel Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, Nigeria scored that goal, Victor Osimhen 1-0, thinking we're going to see the game through. And then with how many minutes left to go, Zimbabwe came, equalized. So that's a big goal from Akor Adams. So I'll give him a 7 for that. And then Chukwueze came on, not much time on the clock, but so I'll just give him a 6.5 as well, give him what he came on and did. He wasn't super fantastic, but then again, he didn't have that much time, on his hands. Now, Eric Chelle right now, what rating do you think Eric Chelle deserves to get? For me, Eric Chelle right now, I would say I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6. If I'm honest, I'll give him a 6, or maybe I'll give him a 6.5. Now you say the team won, so he deserves higher. Yeah, the team won, but there are certain decisions that he made, even with the selection and a certain lineup, that got me scratching my head. First of the midfield to start with, Ndidi and Iwobi didn't quite get it. Didn't quite get it. That for one, and then the substitution. Substitution which for me, from my standpoint, it felt like he was making those subs to hold the win. To make sure the team sees out the win, which is fine. I'm all about that. When you play 70 minutes, you're winning. You want to see out the game. Fine, make some subs. But the fact that he left that midfield, watch them, because he can see everything better than us. If from my vantage point, I could notice that the midfield was getting tired, I'm sure he as well would have noticed that. And you had options on the bench. So why not use the option on the bench to block up the midfield? Because that was what was allowing Lesotho into the game. Because the midfield was becoming tired, late to balls, more wrong passes. So that's it. And for Wabali, I know I'm going to give Wabali right now a 5. I'll give him a 5, honestly speaking. He is a top player for Nigeria. He's been important in the AFCON. He was on a roll. He's in the qualifiers as well. There have been some games he's kept Nigeria in the game. But for this particular fixture, for this particular game, he wasn't up to scratch. He wasn't up to scratch. There are some shots he saved that are just basically straight at him. So if you don't save those, then why are you a goalkeeper, right? But for me, his decision making for that goal just killed it for me. It just killed it for me, because that was primary school style thing. It reminded me of how this young goalkeeper for the under 20, Ebenezer Hackett, was attempting to save a ball or punch a ball and just ended up grasping at air. For me, so the same thing applies to Stanley Wabali. Wabali. Yeah, the commentator kept saying Wabili. Is it Wabili or Wabali? But the goalkeeper, he made that mistake, and he was also, a bit slow on the ball. So for me, I'll give him a 6. I hope he comes back to his vintage best in that Benin Republic game, because you have to be at your 100% best, at your absolute best against that Benin Republic side. So you want to join the call, want to join the stream, the link is in the chat. You can click on it and join. We're going to have our discussion, have a chat on here. And so Stan Wabali, I'm giving him a 6. And then the rest of the team, Semi Ajayi came on, not much time. He was brought in more as a gadget guy, as a tool, to come in and then increase the number of defenders to play back 5 or thereabout. Fair play. I think he did. He was okay, but he also could have fluffed his lines as well. He also could have fluffed his lines. No, not also could have. He actually fluffed his lines. He, in consonance with Stanley Wabali, like the ball was played, and then head the ball. What was he trying to do? Was he trying to head the ball, or was he trying to duck the ball, and the ball just whizzed past his head and almost got Lesotho a late equalizer. So for me, you can't be getting more than a 5 for that sort of error. You just can't. Now, I know a lot of people will be excited with this game. A lot of people will be super happy. A lot of people will refuse to criticize anything about this game. A lot of people will refuse to point out things about this game. Now, for me, like I said, the win, brilliant. Benjamin Frederick, top player. Victor Osimhen, Baba. Osimhen. Akor Adams coming on. The way you took out your defender, scored the goal, far post. Brilliant. But there are certain areas in this team that have to be touched up. Whether we get into the AFCON, or it's the World Cup, or it's whatever tournament we're going for, Certain things have to be touched up. It has to be touched up 110%. That midfield, it has to be touched up. The defense has to be touched up. You need to get, if it's David Odogu, you need to get proper centre backs in that place because Troost-Ekong is beginning to show. He's beginning to show whether it's his age, his concentration is leaving him. There's a moment, I don't know if you remember this, I'm sure you remember this if you were watching the game. The ball was crossed in, he got it, he controlled it, okay. What would you think the next thing he should have done? Automatically hoof it away, clear it. But he gave the Lesotho player the opportunity to get onto the ball and cause chaos. So have to start looking for defensive options as backup right now, but with the potential of taking his spot. Let's face it, the captain, I'm sure he deserves the last hurrah, go to AFCON, maybe finish as an AFCON winning captain, leave the trophy. That would be lovely to see. And if he can somehow finagle a qualification to the World Cup with this team, man, then that's it. The objective remains the same, Nigerian Super Eagles, Nigerian fans of this channel. If you're new, please smash the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and share this video and channel to people you feel will love content like this. So Eugene Sagacious says Niger ain't going. Fact is Niger ain't going. Well, like I said, everyone deserves the right to their opinion. But what I can say is this win doesn't hurt their chances. Now, we would have loved to have won the other games, leading up to this. But fair play, got this win. This takes the team, gives the team a good opportunity. You still have to go there and beat Benin Republic. And let's face it, Benin Republic is a side you should be beating anyway. It's not a game where you should be afraid of playing Benin Republic. It's a game you should be winning anyway. Nigeria should be beating Benin Republic anyway. That's why the loss away to Benin Republic was so frustrating, annoying, enraging. It was just crazy. And I said Finidi deserved to be sacked for it. In fact, the two games he led Nigeria into, he shouldn't have been leading the team because he should have been losing against Benin Republic. There's no way. It can't be forgiven. Of course, you don't take anything for granted. Of course, even this Lesotho side you played, even if you're playing San Marino, you don't take them for granted. You take them seriously. You take them as a side that can be a threat to you, and you take the game seriously. But to lose to Benin Republic, that's unforgivable. And Eric Chelle saying it as well. If you lose to Benin Republic, you should be gone. You should be gone. If you lose to Benin Republic, you're gone. You're gone because, for me, I know they've done so well that at this point where they can basically smell qualification. They can smell qualification. South Africa have 15 points. If they win their game versus Rwanda, yes, they go on to get 18 points. And then the same thing for Benin Republic. If they draw with Nigeria, they get 18 points. If they win, that's them qualified. So maybe that's something they want to achieve, but Nigeria should go into that game on Tuesday looking to rip them apart. And everyone should be locked in, including the manager, not just the players, including Eric Chelle. And the way he will show himself that he's locked in is by picking the right players. This game, yes, Nigeria won. Happy about it. Nigeria won. But there are some areas on the pitch I kept scratching my head. I said, what's going on? What's happening? Uche Santos shouldn't be tied on the bench. I don't get it. What issue does he have with Uche Santos? What is the problem? I don't get it. Even with 10 minutes to go, you can't give him an opportunity to help shore up that midfield. I don't quite understand what's going on between Eric Chelle and Uche Santos. And even to invite him, he wasn't on the list to begin with. It was only until Brato Said Samuel got injured and then you got Cyril Dessers being dropped. That was the only time that Bucho Santos came on, you know, apparently for this or something. See him as a striker, one weird thing like that. I don't know what the issues are, but going into that Benin Republic game, you take any issues you have with any player and dunk it, and absolutely dunk it. Everyone goes into that game locked in, and I don't know what you guys feel about the huddle up at the end of the game when Victor Osimhen was speaking to his teammates. Yeah, I know some people, those people who don't like Victor Osimhen, will come and say, "Oh, see how they talk to your teammates, talk to them like say they be children." I know there will be people who will come and do that, but the moment Messi does that for Argentina, it's whoa, leadership. Oh, my goat. Well, I love Corey goat. I don't know what they mean, but they'll say, "Oh, Messi." If it's Cristiano, the Cristiano Ronaldo fanboys, say, "Oh, Cristiano, CR7, no, Ororo, and all that." So what he was doing, I think it's important. It's good to see your best player locked in, demanding the same from his teammates. Because whoever is the captain, whether it's Troost-Ekong or whoever else becomes captain, right now, Victor Osimhen is the spirit of that team. He's the spiritual leader of that team. When he's on it, the team is on it. So it's good to see him locked in to that game. I've seen locked in, and it's good to see him demanding of his teammates because that's what we used to have. In time past, you used to see players demanding of their teammates. Going to that Benin Republic game, Nigeria can win that game 6-0 if they apply themselves properly. Jare has joined the chat. The call. Yeah, let's see. The camera's still off. So, Daria, what is your thought and opinion on the game? You watch the game, so what do you think? Yeah.
First of all, Stanley Wabali, what was that? We need all the points that we can. What was that?
And that's why I said, sorry for cutting. I'll just say this. That's why I've been saying this. Stanley Wabali, yes, you're number one. Yes, you're the guy. But it happens to everyone when you don't have anyone that you can look over your shoulder and that person looks like he can take your dinner. Sometimes complacency begins to come in. And I think that's beginning to affect Stanley Wabali. Go on, sorry.
So, no, people are more concerned about the game. I was actually focused on the Benin game.
Mm.
That's when I was like, God, let's find a way. But, I mean, good. I won't say great game. Ekong, we've been bashing him for his mishaps. I mean, the penalty, at least he got that one in. So, credit to him. Osimhen was, I think, the issue is still there. That midfield issue is still there. Osimhen's style of play, you require someone that can, before he even moves, that can think. You see what I mean? They can think ahead, like just know the movement.
Just like the partnership we used to have with Fabregas and Diego Costa.
Right. Where before he even moves, you know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
Because Osimhen is so, his body reacts before he thinks. So you need someone that can think before he even acts, if it makes sense to you. We don't have that. Even the assist he gave us, it was so brilliant. Passing across the ball, across the body, so the guys for him to score. You can't say it was a team goal now. It wasn't really a team. It wasn't that. So I don't, for some reason, honestly, to be my brother, honestly, if we don't go to the World Cup, I would not feel bad. I don't think we deserve to go to the World Cup. Let's be honest with ourselves. So far, what you've seen, do we really deserve to go? If Benin goes, it's okay. Because SA is still in the mix, right? They drew today.
Mm-hmm.
They drew. But they only need a win actually to call it. If they win their next match, they still go to the World Cup.
Yeah, they need a win. And they need Benin Republic to lose to Nigeria.
Right.
Yeah.
So and the match will be played together. So, man, that late goal that we considered in EU is not coming back to bite us now.
Yeah.
If they had won that game now, we would have been
Nigeria. So many moments. The Uyo goal, Zimbabwe, that goal, and then the Benin Republic goal, the second as in the first leg. And that's why I said if Nigeria doesn't qualify for this World Cup, it shouldn't just be it shouldn't just be Eric Chelle that gets booted out or anything like that. The NFF should be shoveled out as well because they played around with this thing. At the AFCON, I said it on top of the video, right? AFCON was over. You knew you were not going to go with Jose Pesero, and you see, kept him. You kept him to take charge of two key games: Zimbabwe, Lesotho, right? At least the Lesotho game, I remember he took charge of that one, ended in the draw. Then you brought on Vinny George based on what? You brought him, he faffed about and cost Nigeria, drew one at home and lost away to Benin Republic. That's why Nigeria find themselves in this position. And then that Zimbabwe game as well, Eric Chelle too, he has to take some of the blame, because some of the substitutions he made in that game was odd. And then for the South Africa game, that's the one where he should be crucified for because the selection just didn't make sense. So for me, not just the coach. If for whatever reason Nigeria doesn't qualify for the World Cup, which is possible, very possible, NFF should go. I don't know if that's going to happen because FIFA and this their protectionist thing where government shouldn't be involved or politics should not be involved in sports or football or whatever else. Gusau should go because what has he achieved since he's been NFF president or been NFF chairman, whatever they choose to call him? Nothing. Is it dual nationals? Is it grassroots development? Is it qualifying for World Cups and things? Nothing.
Before, do you remember what we discussed last time I was here?
Yeah.
Remember some countries dropped out where there's a pathway where our games against Zimbabwe might not count.
Okay.
I don't know if you've looked into it's okay.
Yeah, there's something like that as well. So that's for qualifying for best second, I think. Everything will still count up to determining who qualifies top of the table automatically. Then when it comes to ascertaining who's the best second place team, then then that will not come into play. But then again, the playoff isn't even easy to even
that one itself now World Cup
the playoff is a problem because you play semi-finals and let's look at the other teams who are finishing second. They have enough points to top our group. Some teams have 19 points, some teams have 20. So they have enough points to finish to top this group. And then even if you win, because it's two semi-finals and then you play final, even if you win that, you win your semi-final, you win the final of that playoff in Africa, you go and play South American team.
Why you very well for that side? They show me.
And they won't forgive any error you make. They won't forgive any error you make.
Can we start looking at Lookman? I think it's still rusty. It's not.
Charles,
I don't know.
Charles, the link is there. You can click on the link, or let me drop it again for you, Charles.
No. I'm asking you, what do you think of Lookman? I think his confidence is short with what happened with that transfer. He's not being himself. So
who is that? Osimhen?
No, Lookman.
Lookman. Yeah, I think Lookman. He's not quite himself yet. I think he's more psychological. So Charles, you can click on there to join the call. So I don't think he's quite himself. I think he's still in his head a bit. He's still second guessing things and stuff. And given the shape of this team, given the shape. Let me see. Is it on there? No. So given the shape of this team, given that the team is not even playing on all cylinders, where you can just fit in and just play basic football and look good. So that would have been an escape for him. But the team right now is not in the best shape. On the coach standpoint, from the player standpoint, a lot of things are not looking so right. Even when it comes to team construction, that's why I say the NFF, they have an issue. They have a big issue. Like, look at this game right now. You had Chukwueze, Ademola Lookman, Simon Moses. Philip Otele could quite easily be in this team. You look at the midfield, it still looks, that's the problem for me. It looks dead. And it feels like this is a universal problem in Nigeria, where under 20 as well, the midfield was just nonsense. The midfield was nonsense. you know. So that's so John, are you the same person as the Charles or no?
John is no John is from Benin Republic, by the way. Just wanted to add.
Oh, you're from Benin Republic, huh?
You know, I wanted go Benin for for this World Cup. I want pot.
So John, what do you
Oh
think about
God.
the game? What do you think about the game?
So you carry country give me by force, Avi. Anyways.
Parlez français.
ah. Anyway, I just tire. I don't know what to even say. I just tire,
But let me ask you,
Um,
what do you think of the? First off, what do you think of the midfield? Maybe that. What do you think of the midfield?
well, starting from the selection of the teams,
Okay.
that's where the problem begins, and which we already saw that the problem of choosing the teams, like there were like nine strikers, four midfielders, five or six defenders you are inviting to the team. I was like, where are the midfielders? Is it only Iwobi and Ndidi that we have? What about the other guys and everything? Even in our local league, we couldn't find anyone. So I think that's the foundation of the problem. But however, I think him as a coach is going to recognize the fact that we need midfielders. We have center backs, we have the right wingers and everything. We have strikers. If tomorrow, let's say tomorrow, Osimhen is on 6 months break, I think Tolu can step up in his shoes,
Which
just
to
as
look
a replacement. Tolu can do it. Yeah, he can step up because he has
uh-uh. Okay.
in my own opinion, I feel Tolu can fill that shoe, where Osimhen is putting pressure on the defenders and also scoring and everything, because every match that he has played against Nigeria, either the ball hit the bar or there's a very very good attempt on keeper saving the ball and everything, which I believe personally that he can do that. So those things, contribute to how the coach will do his formation moving forward, getting the right players and putting the right players into position. So I still feel in my own mind that the man is still doing is still getting to know the Nigerian team because of what I saw today. And again, what I saw today again also was the lack of communication from the players within themselves. To the extent I can even hear the voice from my TV shouting at, I don't know, is it either Tolu or Osimhen, that they should come to the midfield and come and collect the ball. So that's how bad the midfield is, because he cannot leave his own position and start playing the midfield. Iwobi cannot do the whole thing because when I want kill the guy, even as much as he tried to actually impress today, Iwobi was only able to shine when this guy come in. What's his name?
Chukwueze.
Chukwueze.
Yeah,
And which
because
I feel that is the secret weapon. That is Eric Chelle's secret weapon. If he's able to utilize it, know how to put in Chukwueze and know when to come. And it was only when Chukwueze actually came in that Osimhen was even able to fire two shots in the space of 5 minutes that hit the bar. That the crowd was shouting Osimhen, Osimhen, Osimhen.
The coach is blind. He knows
if you watch if you, see, if you watch the Unity Cup, right? He played Chukwueze as a number 10. That was his secret
Yeah,
weapon. Had it been
yeah.
Osimhen was not injured in that Rwanda game, they would have played that formation and win South Africa. Look at South Africa. I told you. South Africa drew that game against Zimbabwe. 10-10, red card. It was war. They
People,
were
if you
saying
watch
that.
that match, Zimbabwe play South Africa.
Oh my god! I was saying that
Zimbabwe play
Zimbabwe will hold
Zimbabwe
them
won't
down.
kill South Africa.
Yeah, they will hold them. Zimbabwe has a good midfield. They have a good midfield. They will hold them down. I was saying it. They had red card. Zimbabwe no agree for 50 something minutes. The South Africa had their own red card. Now, one time, I'm not really happy because I mean we don't have a midfield. But Nwabali, why? Why are you doing that mistake? You just made everything hard. I didn't mean we win 1-2 nil, right? You just have to maybe score like maybe one or two is enough. But now he's making everything so hard. But I'm
I,
not
Look,
really being hard.
look, I'm going to come to the defense of Wabale, my brother. I
mm,
not go lie for you. I not go lie for you. There have been countless of miscommunication from the back that they don't
Mhm.
listen to the man. 3 times it happened.
Don't defend
see,
any.
see,
Come
wait,
on,
wait,
Three
wait, wait.
times is that.
come on
No,
now.
Now
no,
you see the
no,
defense you
Ah,
want to do.
no,
why you
Now
defend
defend
no.
him?
defense,
Not
then you
lie.
arrest the lawyer
Mm-mm.
and arrest the person and lock both of
Not
them
lie.
up because because that goal, Stanley Wabali,
Yes,
in that opportunity as a goalkeeper, you come out and you claim the ball. You come
No,
out,
no,
exactly.
you
I'm not
claim
talking
it.
about the goal. No, Ugo, excuse me. I'm not talking about the goal. The goal is
Okay,
Stanley's fault. It's his
okay.
fault because how will you catch the ball and drop it again?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing he did at AFCON.
No, no. Now
AFCON.
in fourth, no, now in fourth, but I don't know if he's it over too confident or I really
He's
don't know
too
what
confident.
happened
He
there.
needs to be benched. He needs to be
I
benched.
don't
He's
know.
too
I
confident.
bet him and put Ugo.
That's the thing. If
Guys,
see
there's
if
I
there's
think,
Maduka
a
comes,
comment in the chat I
Charles,
want people
Charles,
to
guys,
to there's a
honestly,
comment in the
I,
chat I want to
I,
get your
I,
opinions
I,
on.
I think he needs to be benched for 1 or 2 games for him to come back
yes,
to the
But
senses.
bench by
Honestly,
who now? Bench by who?
Look,
If not Maduka is suspended, Maduka would have been better because honestly
yeah,
I don't
he's
rate
no longer
Maduka. I don't.
suspended now. He's no longer
No,
suspended.
he's
Yeah,
still
so
his
I would
suspension
like to get
ends
your
on
thoughts
October
on
18th.
a comment dropped in the chat. So Damilola Abayus says, why is nobody talking about how poor Moses Simon is
No,
showing
no,
us
no, no,
nothing?
no.
It's high
Did you see
time to
that?
do this in parts.
Did you see that corner kick delivery at first half at the end
I
of first half?
disagree. I
Did you see that
disagree.
corner kick delivery? Moses Simon is a very good crosser. My only problem is
Mm,
his finishing. His finishing is
yeah,
very bad. If
I
he can work on
disagree.
his finishing,
The person that is
good.
talking now, forget it
Mm,
was because of Moses Simons we got the penalty.
yes. So I won't say
How
it's just
are
that
they
his
looking
finish.
in football with one eye?
No, no, for me, I see why. See, for Simon Moses, right, in this game, certain moments can make you think he had a fantastic game, in my opinion, right? That when he got into the box, turned the defender inside out, took that first shot that cleared off the line, and then the one that the defender, sort of blocked
Ugo,
with his hand.
Ugo,
So
to tell you the truth, Ugo, to tell you the truth today, the two wingers were no show today. It was during
and he
it,
falls into the category. So,
No,
so
listen.
yeah,
that's why I
John,
say
look,
the two
as well.
wingers they
Both
were
of
not
them.
let's say
John,
today was not their best day today. In my own
Look,
opinion, today was not their best day. Let me just finish my opinion. I'm
John.
sorry. Today was not
Okay.
their best day today in the two winger, but they did try their possible best, I would say. But not because of it did not deliver to your expectation, then you now say that this one is better than this one is better than. No, I disagree. I completely disagree. And as for Chukwueze, like I said, this man is here again. Babatunde. Eh? Oh, if
But
I
I
if
mean,
I
we're
don't
an apple now.
if I come out, make I go.
John, look, listen. The reason why
You're
they are
welcome
not
today.
playing
thank
the
you.
reason why they're not the reason why they're not playing well is because he keep playing them out of position. Lukman and Simon play on the left hand
Yeah.
side, but Lukman play on the inside forward. Simon is more like hogging the touchline. Now he's making Lukman crossing. You remember if you watch that first time, Lukman was making he was Lukman gave a cross to
Yeah, 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 yeah,
and then
yeah, yeah. You're right.
Lukman made
Yes,
that killer pass to Osimhen. That Osimhen chased
yes,
that the Lesotho.
yes.
There was a time Lukman wanted to score. So Lukman, I think he should mean they shouldn't have called him. They could have called probably a Philip Otele. If Philip Otele would have been better. I know why they keep calling Lukman. Lukman is going through a lot. But I hope we beat Benin tomorrow, and I hope Rwanda. I wanted this Rwanda and Benin to draw. I hope Rwanda don't surrender to South Africa. They should not surrender. They should make it hard. Yes, because South Africa cannot beat Zimbabwe at their own home with 10 men till the 90th minute before they got their own record. Come on. No, this group is so hard and it's so unpredictable. So
The
hard.
best,
This group,
the best drama in this group is this our own best
yeah,
drama.
this group. And because I
Okay,
was
so
it's just because of misfortunes happening everywhere. Misfortunes from the South Africa, you look at to Nigeria, having using 4 coaches. Is it 4 or 3 coaches? How many coaches we use?
No, my brother, like if I may come in here, if I may come in. If when Nigeria no qualify, because obviously the way they go, it look like it will not qualify. When Nigeria no qualify, head must roll at the NFF. Because now them cost them, now them start them, even to the extent it reached even when Finidi George and Osimhen were going back to back based on what he said and what they said and and everything. So I feel personally that irrespective of the players taking responsibility, the staff and the NFF make una come out Eric Chelle. Eric Chelle only came when the damage has been done. No? He came to repair. That man came to repair, so maybe they come out the coach, man. The NFF will have to pay. Because I was listening to Amaju Pinnick today. Is it today or yesterday at Arise? He was saying they are having sleepless nights. They are doing what we want to do. I didn't even know that man, Pinnick, was an advisor under FIFA with Nigeria. And you are allowing all this nonsense to go on, at the background and see where we are now. And we're not trying to clean the mess.
Pinnick started all this rubbish. It was from all this nonsense.
Let's see what they can do if indeed the Benin Republic game able to get a win, and you have to win by 3 goals or slightly more to qualify. If indeed you want to qualify, and then hope again that maybe South Africa will draw again with Rwanda. So, but let me get what Tunde has to say. But Tunde has to say, and then,
Tunde, where you did now?
I'm here. Okay. I'm here. I watched that match with so much expectation, honestly. But I would say my hope was shattered. Honestly, the truth is that I was an optimist. I believe so much that we're going to put something out. But at this time, I must just be very sincere. I don't see us qualifying, even as the second best placed team. Honestly, this team that played today will not beat Benin Republic. And even if they manage to do so, it cannot be more than 1 goal margin. I'm telling you, even if they manage to do so, it cannot be more than 1 goal margin. Because tell me, see, I used to be an advocate of Eric Chelle, but honestly speaking, I think at this point I've given up on this.
The guy has got himself into a tough corner.
Yeah, I think at this point, I know that it's not his fault. He came in and he tried to steady the ship. So far, so good. He has not lost any game. To be fair to him, he has not lost any game. But games like this that you expect him to come out and and keep his critics, keep them quiet, and he doesn't turn up. Look at today's game. I don't know the rationale behind playing Osimhen and Akor Adams together, honestly. Because I was telling somebody today, I was telling my friend that I said, I would have prepared a partnership between Osimhen and Akor Adams. Why? Because among all the strikers in camp so far, maybe apart from Terry Murphy, Akor Adams is that player that has good footwork. What's his name? Akor Adams just knows how to hold up play and just do
and therein lies where I think he went for Tola Akor Adams, to hold up the ball and set up Osimhen.
But the thing is that if you have an Osimhen who can also hold up the ball, there was no need for playing the both of them together. Mm-hmm. He would have just played Akor Adams or even Terry Murphy alongside Osimhen, because that attack would have been more fluid with those 2 pairs in front. And again, I didn't know, honestly speaking, I know that Zaidu Sanusi only played just a few minutes, but when he came on, we could see that run that he made.
Yeah, so
Zaidu Sanusi has more accurate passes. Zaidu Sanusi has more accurate passes than Bruno. That's the truth. Bruno today, I know he tried, I know that Bruno tried, but at a point towards the end of the match, he became very jittery. He became very, very jittery, and it almost costed us. Then finally, I don't want anybody coming here to defend Nwabali, honestly speaking. That mistake was a schoolboy error. That was a schoolboy error. I know that there might be some communication in defense and all those stuff. That was a one-time catch. That ball was a one-time catch. That was a schoolboy error. There was no need to try to touch the ball and decorate. He almost cost us even the second time.
No,
I'm saying that
today is that second one I want to touch on. That second one, and I want to touch on.
No, sorry. Let me just
go ahead.
I like to talk. I will talk later. You see, the truth is that that second ball, if that ball had gone in, I don't know what would have happened. honestly, I don't know what would have happened today. And to even say the truth, honestly speaking, I think it's high time we give Nwabali serious competition. You can't be calling players to camp and you will just keep them. If you know you're not going to use them, don't call them. Don't. I mean, the
And
guy is becoming
that's
too
the thing.
confident. He's becoming too confident.
Dude,
He's becoming too
Nwabali.
confident because it feels like once he comes to camp, he will play. The overconfidence is getting to him. And again, finally, I don't know why. I mean, I know that was a rush of blood. Lukman could have afforded,
A
avoided
yellow
that
card, yeah.
yellow card because he's going to miss the next match now. And Chukwueze is not really looking assured. But at the same time, I would like to see what Chukwueze can do because it's in games like this that someone will expect someone like Chukwueze to turn up.
He
Now
will.
that Lukman is not going to play and probably he will like to start. He will have to start.
Look, there's a reason why
But to be sincere, just my final thought before I allow you to talk, Mr. John. To be sincere, I don't see us going past Benin Republic with what they showed today.
no.
No.
Listen, look.
BT, like I said, I will not feel bad if we don't go to the World Cup. We don't deserve to go. We've not shown if Benin goes,
actually, we don't deserve.
if Benin goes, if Benin goes, I will say they are my fellow Yoruba people. So I'm joking. But on a more serious note, we don't deserve to go. Honestly, we don't deserve. Like even if we go, I will feel somehow. I will feel bad. I feel bad for SA because they've shown the most heart. They've done so
Why are you
much.
feeling bad
They
for them?
want it. Because they want it more than we do.
They drew their match today.
Yeah.
If they wanted
They want it
won
more.
their game, I don't get the feeling bad for South Africa.
They want it more like than we do. Come on, look at the way we played now. Look at it's like you're begging your sons to do housework or something. That's the way when they are playing now. Like, oh yeah, go and
Prophet said Nigeria did great too. I don't know what people are saying. Prophet
of doom.
Hubert, God is powerful, angelic. He says Nigeria did it. So Jare, what are you talking about?
No, we don't have.
This kind of statement. This kind of statement. Now they take big person for viewing center.
Here's my point with our team. Even when we win, it's not convincing. Like you don't feel like we win today. Like you don't feel that way
at all. Like
it's not convincing.
At all.
It's because Coach Chelle is complicating things. Stop complicating things. Simplicity. Just do the create.
And trust me. Sorry, Mr. Jazz. Trust me. I feel like what's his name? Genotro is more experienced than this guy. I feel like Genotro will get a better game. Genotro will just get a better guy. Because Genotro will want to teach us. He will want to teach us that we were wrong for sacking him unjustly. And the truth is that Genotro, when he was coached, that we were qualifying with 2 games to spare. 3 games to spare. We were like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? Now we can see the big deal. That is not just about having the players, but having a good coach. Look at what Genotro is doing with Benin Republic.
The thing is, they owed Genotro money. They frustrated him. That's why if you check that 2021, 2022, everything was just falling on crumbles. They frustrated that man.
But Charles,
sorry, just 1 second. Charles says it's not about who wanted more. South Africa played more games at home. I think that's a fair point in a way.
I don't care if you play in the moon. If you are good, you are good. Let's not start making this home. The
truth is that let's be sincere with ourselves. Let's be sincere. Super Eagles have not covered themselves in glory. Let's not be sincere.
All this was home and away. Who cares? If you are good, you are good. But to Ugo's, Ugo made a point earlier before you guys came in. Because of FIFA's restriction, how can we clean house with our own FA? Because that's been an issue. Even if you get players, if you don't fix that problem of having crappy people in those positions, we will not go anywhere. We still have the same issue. But how can we solve that problem? That's the issue.
Yeah, Mr. Jare, I think you were not here one of those days I called into the channel and I was ranting about the NFF. Honestly speaking, our football administration is our biggest problem. They are our biggest problem. Our progress, our enemies of progress, they are the one. And until I was telling Mr. Ogo that we need to begin to do a media campaign against them, honestly. Because now it's as if everybody's quiet, the world is quiet, nobody really knows what these people are doing. Now I heard from sources that what's his name? This our Gusau
Yeah.
is planning to stay there till 2030.
God
Imagine.
forbid. God forbid.
Oh God.
You said, come
forbid.
He's
again, come
planning to
again.
stay there. I heard from sources that Gusau is planning to stay
And
in
now he's
as
got a role at
FFF
FIFA.
president in
He now has a FIFA role.
2030. Yes, he
No,
wants to
no,
stay there
it's
till
not.
2030.
He can no, he can say what he wants to say. But you know, this FIFA, this thing is based on the election and everything that they want to do.
But
Because
look, let's be sincere now. Let's be sincere. Is he not going to win the election? Our system is corrupt. He's going to bribe everybody and win because we as citizens we cannot vote. Only the 36 FA presidents vote,
She's
and he will
corrupt.
have bottle of them over from the back.
Tunde,
He will have bottle of them over. So
What's
my
wrong with
point is
Nigerian
that-
football is this, right? Whatever administrative people we want to call, they use one deficiency that they have caused and stain another aspect of the game. By that I mean, for instance, the league is shambles. So you can't have players performing excellently in the league and get top clubs scouts from the league. In fact, the clubs they come to scout academies beyond limit and the likes, right? So that's an issue. They now use that deficiency, and then when it comes to integrating all the Valiant FC, Beyond Limit, all the Sporting Lagos, integrating them into the league setup so that they can progress through, they don't do that. They now use the national teams as
a making money
pedestal
factory
to push these players for scouting, and therefore take some Egunje here and there, to put useless players.
Let me just add this.
This under 20
let me just add this that our under 20 and our underage teams their money making factories. Exactly. That's what I want to say.
Look at the under 20 team. No midfielder. There are some talented players in that team. My Ghana, I was making fun of him, but when I saw him in the tournament, he looked like someone that can be polished.
What about Ayuma? What about Ayuma?
Ayuma, for me, is the most frustrating player. What is he doing in that team? I don't know. He did a pirouette and everybody lost their minds. He pirouette.
Honestly, the best player to me in that team is Ochochi. That's right back.
Against Scotland, he did overhead kick. Ball hit back. He used that to have a career with Nigeria. After that ball hitting the crossbar, he did not do anything again for Nigeria.
No. Can I
not only that. See, they've destroyed our youth team. Parabo are rare here. I thought he was, the talented guy. I don't know what's wrong with him. He was just so overhyped. Daniel Dagger that played in Norway. I was looking forward to seeing Hafiz Umar. He wasn't there.
No, they did not. Actually, they said they did not release him out from his club. But there are still some sources that are saying that it's a lie. Some people are still saying that claim is a lie.
But since this guy left,
okay, look at the guy that scored. I think for the night he has like 4 now. Look at the kind of goal he scored. Good setup, good crossing, tapping to the net. How many of those kind of opportunities was Parabo getting? All the balls were.
All I know is since this guy left that position, Amunike, that team has never been the same again. Because what I know is most of the guys that played for Nigeria under Amunike, some of them are in the national team right now. Do you know that?
Yeah. So even when you look at, okay, you had Salihu. Salihu scored 1 goal, and he was useless all through, but he scored 1 goal. And they kept him all through. Then there was this one that made me angry, made me laugh. Kamaldeen Abdul Jalil, I think that's his name. Kamaldeen Abdul Jalil Mustafa. He was hyped as this creative boy, as this genius of a player, but he was never played. 2 minutes to go, 3 minutes to go, they bring him on.
What about this boy in Hoffenheim? What's his name? Is he Promise? Benjamin Promise? And did I say it right?
Yeah, I think that the club will not release him or something.
Yeah.
Wow. This FIFA thing is just messed up. It's messed up. So
first off, and let me just say,
They will
Oh,
let
go ahead,
South
Mr.
America.
Charles.
Yeah, they will let American players to come, but they will not let African players come. Look at Morocco. Morocco are through. I think they're in semi-finals or something. Morocco
No,
are, see,
quarterfinals.
quarterfinal.
Quarterfinals.
Morocco are ahead. Let's keep it real. Morocco are ahead of almost all the African countries.
No, see,
They
if we are
might,
if we
no,
are
I'm
if we
serious.
are comparing our football, if we are comparing our football with Morocco, we are just making a mistake. I mean, we are not mates. They have gone far ahead.
They've got
As in
exactly.
far
They've
ahead.
gone far.
It's, for me, it's not a question of comparison. It's a question of that the blueprint on if you want to
Yeah,
be
that's what we are
successful,
talking about.
because
Competency of their FA.
they
The
have
competence of their FA is what we are seeing.
would I say,
I saw their prince now. Prince they use in hand, they monitor what they go on for, even for Morocco. He will go use in hand, go the stadium, go.
John, that's my point. Even though you have, hold on, my point is that even though you have FIFA law, people like those prince, they have iron fist behind the scenes where they can clean house if they don't do what they want. My point is that Nigerian government needs to go to the back, forget FIFA rules. Go.
The truth is that we
go
don't
to the
have
back door
a
and clean people
government.
out.
Hello, Mr. Jare. We don't have a government
I
or
like
a
football.
president
I like
that
sports.
cares about football.
the thing
Sports
We
is,
in
don't.
general.
certain
We
positions
don't.
are compensation for. That's
We
the
don't.
truth.
We don't have.
Certain things like the chairmanship, National Sports Commission, chairman or
fighting for
whatever,
pay.
those things are
We have
compensation
all
for
political
people.
positions now.
My
That
point is
compensation
that
for people.
let's stop doing all this because of FIFA rules. That is nonsense. If you want to clean house, you will clean house. You should know how to do it.
Yes.
No, that Jare, no talk like that, because this is the way they talk. It don't happen. It don't happen before. I will give you an example. Remember when Buhari removed the NFF chairman? You
no good
remember?
time
Mario
or you know
Trump.
good
Wait
time
now, wait now. You
Now
remember?
bad dog now. Now
Wait.
bad dog.
No, you remember when Buhari removed the guy? The guy said, "You know, if you remove me by force, they go up and down. They go from 9 FIFA release statement say the president has no business when it comes to the Nigerian sports,
Who is funding it?
the Nigerian
I'm giving you money.
Nigerian
You don't have
football.
to
Wait, now
Mr.
hold on.
John,
The Nigerian. No, I just dey tell you what happened. The Nigerian Football Association, the president or the government, let's use the word, the government has no business. Even the government has no business in these people that that controls the athletes, the people that run, that do out there.
AFN.
They have no power over. Now, why did they do all this gross misconduct all over? No, they send kids to people.
Mr.
No, they
John,
do all this
Mr.
kind of
John.
thing. I'm just trying to tell you that we
Wait,
should find another way. But this one, it already happened before. Another
Mr.
method
John, I
we go
think
need.
Mr. John, I will disagree with you a bit. You will just allow me to make my point in the next 1 or 2 minutes. You are right in some aspect. The fact that I know the incident you talked about. Yeah, I remember that incident. But the truth is that those countries that are doing it, how are they doing it? That's the question we should ask ourselves. We agree and we know that, yes, the government does not have any interference in the FA. Let me give you an example. Now, if the president of Nigeria is someone like, let's say, Peter Obi, that has interest in sport, because Peter Obi has been to the what's it called, the stadium, like on 2 or 3 occasions to go and watch the Super Eagles, even as sitting among the fans. If the president of Nigeria was someone that has interest in sport, not someone that is doing bala blue up and down, if it's someone that has interest in sport and really want our football to grow, he will know how to go about it. And this is an example. Now, there are 36 FA presidents that votes in the the NFF president. They are the one that has the power to vote in the NFF president. We cannot tell me that the president of this country declares a state of emergency in sports secretly and then calls these persons to meeting, calls the state governors to meeting, and gives them an instruction that in the next election they have to vote that person.
Thank you very much, Daddy. Thank you.
I'm going somewhere. I'm not done. Don't tell me, sir, Mr. John, that. Don't tell me. No, see, when they were going to clean Ghana, when Ghana was going to become a better country, we know what their president there, I've forgotten his name. Is it George Rollins or what is it? I can't remember. We remember what the guy did to clean the country. Now, if they really want to do this and they're interested, you can't tell me that the president of this country will sit down the 36 state governors and give them instructions, especially that in the next election, this person should be voted out and it will not happen. No, if we really, really want to clean this country, football or sport, and we are serious about it, we will. But you know why? We can't do so because all those positions have become, politically motivated. You will see politicians holding seats as AFN president, NFL president, basketball, because they have politicized everything. So we're not ready. Let's just be sincere. Let's not say that the government cannot. They can. If they want to, they know what to do without causing the wrath of FIFA.
I think this guy, his tenure is up, Abi.
Did you hear what I said? He's planning to stay till
No, I
2030.
saw the new list now. The list that they will contain. I think this guy, this Gaba Shehu, now his name is not there.
Mr. John, should I tell you the truth? Gusau will still win. I'm telling you for free now. Gusau will still win.
Today is even nice.
For free.
Today,
I'm telling you for free. Gusau will still win. You know why? Because he will break his way through. And he's an ally, is like a son to Amoju Pinnick. You can see the way Amoju Pinnick was defending him now. That they are doing this, they are doing that, doing nothing. So because Amoju Pinnick too is collecting his own share as the guy remains there. He's collecting his own. Everybody they collect their own.
I say,
guys, I think this is a discussion that
it's nice that meal. It's nice discussing election. Saudi government remove you for office. Then boy, you make go me FIFA. They don't burn you now. You see what I'm saying? You will bully. This is bullying. This is about bullying people. And I'm telling you, forget being nice, forget being democratic. If you want change, you have to go through the top house.
We're not ready. We're not ready.
What do you mean?
Anyways, I'm saying that this guy, what's his name? Mikel has been talking. Mikel, he has been speaking up.
Yeah,
he has been talking. Yeah. He doesn't care anymore. I think he doesn't care anymore. He has been, he has been vocal, about the NFF, how corrupt they are, and everything.
He said it now.
Yeah,
he said all of them should be sacked.
Yes, he said all of no. He said head must roll and everything.
Yes.
So when he was saying it like that, people go think say whether he get interest to to oversee such when they talk like that, you are talking as an opposition. You want to join the thing, you want to do the stuff like that. But he said no, but they just want them to clean it, to clean the space up and everything. Because at the point, say it's a shameful thing to Nigeria. Because even those guys like Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman, now then go they even get shame pass. Because you cannot tell me, say, club level, see your performance against Liverpool. See as you play. Ademola Lookman, see as, but you come under your country level. You are nothing. You don't have anything to show for it, and you are the two world best African best player back to back, the same country, and this is what you have nothing to show for it. So it's kind of like a big embarrassment more on the players than even us as a country.
See, the truth is that Mr. John Gusau is killing our football. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Look at it now. Look at what happened at the under-17. Second year in a row, we did not qualify. This same Manu Garuba that failed to qualify the last time, failed to qualify, is it 2015 or 2017? You still brought him back again. That's to tell you how unserious we are.
Who was the NFF chairman when we did not qualify in 2019?
No, I think it was this guy. I think it was Amoju Pinnick. It was Amoju Pinnick, yes.
Nigeria has not qualified for World Cup now, back to back. If we don't qualify this one now, it will be the first time in history. Nigeria never go back to back.
Under 17, no qualification. Even this under 20 now, I'm not sure they will qualify for the next WAFU because other countries are waking up. They are beginning to get things right. They are beginning to get things right while we are still dulling ourselves, and because of corruption, nepotism. Corruption has eaten deep into our veins. It has eaten us like cancer.
So guys, I think
and it's like we cannot come out of it.
Nice, good points we've all made. I think Nigerian football is in shambles beyond the Super Eagles, and I really would like us to have a different stream where we talk about this as the main thing, because Nigerian football is chaos.
Mr. Ogo, please, I have a word for you. Yeah. I think you should let us begin to lead media campaign against. Honestly speaking, we want to see a change.
For me,
I'm sure that by the time
people always come up to say, I don't like I don't like the team.
Mr. Ogo, the way things trends in Nigeria. By the time somebody carry it, we discover that everybody will begin to carry it. Honestly, we need to do something drastic. We need to take a step. We cannot allow these people to kill our football. This is the only thing that gives us joy, and they are killing it. They are killing it. It pains me anytime I watch our underage teams. I watch the Super Eagles. My heart bleeds. Because there's nothing like you are watching the thing with so much expectation, and at the end of the day, you don't get anything. Honestly, we need to wake up. These guys are only interested in the money. They don't love our football. They are only there for the money. We need to raise a media campaign. We need to start something. We need to do something. We can't just, if it's to sign a petition against them, we need to do something. We can't just keep our hands folded and keep looking at these guys. Honestly, I wish I have a platform. I wish I have a way to, honestly, I'm going to lend a voice because I'm pained. and pain. We watch the way our underage teams used to be when we used to dominate under 17 World Cup, dominate, go to the under 20 World Cup, have a good outing. Look at us now. We're a shadow of ourselves. We're just a shadow of ourselves.
It's just sad. And for me, I think I'll just say this and then we'll try to wrap up. For me, when you look at these TCC clubs when they play, like you look at, for instance, look at Beyond Limits now. Because I think look at how they build up. What's the name of that coach? Is it Olamide something? You see how they play, build up from the back. You're looking at this thing actually happens. The Nigerian players are not silly, they are not stupid.
They are better coaches now.
You have talent. Look at how he plays now from the back. Look how the center defender step into midfield to create passes.
They did not let Olise go to the World Cup. He's on a 20 World Cup. I was hoping to see that boy, Divan Olise. His pace alone and his passing, they did not let him go. They kept him back. Why? I know.
So now
there are even other players, apart from even Divine. There are other better players. See, the only good player I saw in that under 20, the only one I saw is Ochoche, that guy that played right back. That guy, he plays good football. That guy is intelligent. Against Argentina, he was practically the only one trying to do something.
What about the
Even in
captain?
the subsequent games.
What about the captain?
Honestly, Suleiman was a miss though. It was another one that looked bright as well. Sani Suleiman looked bright.
Yeah, he tried. Yeah, Sani Suleiman was looking bright. Even though I will knock Parabo Areri, but one thing I will still say, to be sincere, is that at least he has that speed. He knows how to get into positions. It's just that the goals are not there yet.
The same thing we talk about. The same thing we're talking about with Super Eagles is the same thing. It's one of the things wrong with. I'm coming. It's one of the things wrong.
Okay.
Or what is wrong with this under 20 team? The midfield was pure utter shambles. Utter shambles. Daga at his best. If he ever gets to become a top-class player, it will be a player that sits in front of the back for mop up. He's not a deep line playmaker. He's not the person that's
let's brace up for him.
And Ayuma always meant to be the creative guy, whatever. There's nothing. I've watched him on to the AFCON. The AFCON up to this point. I watched the game. There's nothing he does that is, this guy is on it. When Mikel, people say, are you expected to be JJ? Mikel was not JJ, but Mikel was bossing games on a 20. That's how Nigeria got to do. He was bossing games. He would take out 2-3 people. He would set people up. We're not seeing that, So, and let's just all have our initial thoughts, our thoughts on Nigerian football in general, and then we'll wrap up on respect to.
Yeah, I wanted to, I was listening to when you were talking about, I think, was it Jare was talking about Benin will be a walkover for us, you go day easy and everything. So, but I just want to bring.
I disagree.
Well, no, now what Jare said, I don't keep quiet.
Hey, hold on, no, I didn't say that. Hey, not the back.
Let's gonna be praying. Let's gonna be praying that what happened in Abuja, that we didn't qualify for the 2022 World Cup. 2022 World Cup. Let's gonna be praying that the same thing will not happen. Because if we don't qualify, let's pray that the fans will not invade the pitch and destroy things. Because I don't see us beating Benin. I don't see us.
No, I wanted to make a point about the change. I think it's even a high time saying somebody writes a thesis on how African football is becoming a game changer in the national level. Because right now you see unbelievable things that you do not believe are doing magnificent. Today now, Abraham scored 4 goals alone for Gabon. Doing wonders. You see teams like Comoros doing well. You see teams like that you never expected to excel. Cape Verde were quite impressive in the AFCON. So anytime now anybody comes to me and say this one is a walkover, I don't believe you again, because right now you notice now that majority of the Europe born are now coming back to Africa, which is a good thing for us. They are not coming,
Very
which is the good thing for us, that the World Cup will be more competitive.
exactly.
Wan-Bissaka is now back to DR Congo. Or is it DR Congo? Is it DR Congo?
Yes,
But I know it's DR Congo. He's now back. So now it's going to be more competitive in the world level. When we go to the World Cup, you will see Morocco will shine and everything.
Nigerian guys.
Thank you so much, Charles.
They
So much. I
proud.
see your super chat. Thank you. Yes, your thanks. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So I just want to make that point. Say there's no small teams anymore in Africa. That we will be the giant of Africa. Where say if you want to face Nigeria, everybody go to fear. It's no longer there again. The swimming factor or the big is no longer there, because as early as tomorrow, Lesotho can come tomorrow and beat us. That's how bad it is.
Mr. John, I agree with you, but at the same time, we still see teams giving teams 5-0 in this same Africa. Just today, I've forgotten the team that beat somebody 7-0. One of these big teams beat someone 7-0. I can't remember now. If I check, I'll be able to. So see, the teams are still beating teams 5-0. See, the difference is that as much as Cote d'Ivoire 7-0. The difference is that as much as some things are trying to improve, those that are up there, they did not stay there. They are still trying to go higher. But you know what makes Nigeria difference? We are here and now we are coming down. Other teams that were here, they are going up. We were here, now we are coming down. That's the difference. So because we are coming down, those teams that were down, they are coming up. So they are almost meeting us now. Because those teams that were here before, they were going up. We were coming down because of our administrators.
Coming down seriously.
So we are agree that they are not small teams again, but we are not also doing anything to grow our football. We have allowed money.
Absolutely nothing. For me, one of the things that,
and like I said, we will be here. We will fold our hand like this, If we don't do anything, we'll fold our hand like this, and we will be here. We will still be talking. AFCON will come. We'll talk. We'll go out of the group stage. This one will come. We will not qualify for the next World Cup. That's the truth.
Remo could not even host their CAF Champions League in their own stadium. They had to go to to go and play. They couldn't even host their own in their own. Man, we have a long way to go, man.
I think
the coach. But personally, I think. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
About the football thing is, if things work well, like if you allow things work properly, sometimes in life you do some things because they can give you some money, and then if you do things the right way, you'll not get as much money. But in this instance, if things are work properly, whatever thing they think they're making now, you 20x it. Whatever they think they're making now, money from this, that you make it in multiples. If you allow the integration of these grassroots boys into the different age grade teams in the right way, if you allow the player to be selected into the national team the right way, and the team is winning, qualifying for World Cups, going to quarterfinals and finals, the brand of your football will grow exponentially. But when you keep, attacking the team, like for instance now, why did Cristiano not start today? I don't know. And then each time you talk about any quality player outside of Nigeria, you hear a lot of things that they say about it. But look at other countries. The question I always ask, because people will say, Tosin is arrogant. Rio Ugomoha is arrogant. This player is arrogant. This player doesn't have passion. Is it only the Nigerian ones that don't have passion? All the Moroccan boys that go there, there is no issue about passion. All the Congo boys, Cape Verde, they used to be prime target for Portugal. Nani is from Cape Verde. Nani plays for Manchester United is from Cape Verde. But now that they're cluing into it, our boys, we need to get our boys in. But what the NFF are doing is, even the ones we say we have grassroots level, we do nothing for those ones. The ones that have, been trained and, by another system that are just there for you, invite them and offer them, not first team berth, but first as in to play Super Eagles football. You raise your nose at it, and you let your minions go out there to start lying to the people. This boy is arrogant. He doesn't want to. Really? It's very easy that's not playing for Nigeria today. I feel like punching someone. If I think of that thing, because that boy was in and around that training camp. He was in Nigerian jersey.
Yes, he was.
He
They
was
didn't
in
let him
Nigerian
play. He was
jersey.
playing
He was
around.
waiting, holding off
Sorry, who
England.
are you talking
to
about? Who are
Nigeria.
you talking about?
It's very easy.
Easy. Arsenal.
Oh,
It's very
okay.
easy. He was
Ah,
holding
That
off
was a big
England.
mix. Big
He
mix for
was holding
Nigeria.
off for Nigeria. But I don't know what you were doing there. And you see somebody go, oh, if you don't give me $30,000, you're not going to play. What? Why?
And you see, it's somebody like
Mr.
Eze
Ogo,
now we need in that midfield.
That's
see,
it.
Mr. Ogo, let me be sincere with you. Mr. John, let's sincere with ourselves. Those guys will not play for us. They will not play for us. Look at this guy now that just agreed to play for.
Is that
That just
blanket?
agreed to play for Germany.
It is that blanket
No,
statement that I never agree with people because I am plugged in.
No, let me tell you why.
So listen. I'm
No,
plugged
Mr. Ogo,
into.
let me tell you why.
I'm plugged into this thing. So it's not a question of they not wanting to play. It's a question of our administrators fumbling layups.
And that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing. Mr. Ogo, it's the same thing we are saying. Let me tell you why I say they're not going to want to play for us. They know what is happening with our football. They know how corrupt our administrators is. I mean, they know that if they even make it on merit to play, they will not get to play. Look at what happened at 20. That guy that came from Argentine league, I've forgotten his name. That guy. Do you want to tell me that? Yes, do you want to tell me that guy is not good enough to play for us at the 20? That's not true. There were some other guys that came. I think I said one on this your channel here. That the guy came out to talk. The guy refused to mention anonymous. He came out to talk that he was asked to pay 10 million naira, 10 million to get to make the team. So what these guys, they know all these things happening now. They know that all these things are happening. Yeah, Steve Asuzu. They know all these things are happening. So these guys will not agree to look at issue. Yeah, there's a lie. Look at this guy now, Noah Atubolu. We have been pursuing Noah Atubolu for some time. He has agreed. Germany called him up once. He went. So what are we saying? These guys know what is happening to our football until our administrators begin to do things right. Until we chase all of them out and we bring the right persons, it will continue the same way. You know the difference between us and most of these African countries? Most of them now, they are getting their players that, were born in Europe. They are getting them to begin to play for them. Look at what is happening in Morocco. Most of these guys are supposed to be playing for Spain, supposed to play for other countries. They are beginning to play for Morocco. The same thing with Ivory Coast. The same thing with Mali. The same thing with Ghana.
Senegal.
I believe that's Morocco own. Morocco pour more money on the administrative purposes, whereby they don't need to beg players. Players are even willingly to now start coming and playing. Yeah. My money is on even Morocco to even win this CAF. I tell you, how's that? I don't even support Nigeria. The way Morocco is, I don't go lie for you.
I won't be shocked. I won't be shocked if Nigeria go and meet Morocco in AFCON and beat them. Honestly, I won't be shocked. I will not be shocked. It's gonna happen. It's the truth. And that's what will not deceive us. That because we are beating Morocco, so we feel like everything's. I won't be shocked because sometimes Super Eagles say when you expect them to fumble, that's when they do well. That's the truth. When you expect them to just fumble, they do well. But it doesn't still change the fact that our administrators are pure corruption. And we need to look for a way to send all of them out and get the right persons that has passion for the game to come and be head of our football.
Today, it's not even that. I mean, if you go to Morocco has some of the world-class facilities. Can you believe that this under 20 coaching crew, they were teaching them how to use the laptop or something?
You're right.
And I was so ashamed. I was like, what the hell? You guys don't know this? We were teaching them on duty.
Mr. Charles, I think I know you. Do you used to call in on Eagles Tracker?
Yes.
I know you.
Can I make a point?
I know you.
To the local league, something was done in the 70s in Nigeria, which we need to do again. Tax credits where private businesses can own the clubs. The names are big already. Kano Pillars is a brand. If you know what you are doing, instead of Dangote buying Arsenal, you can buy Kano Pillars. 3SC is a brand. Rangers is a brand. There are 4 clubs that you can market as your cornerstone clubs in Nigeria. But you can give companies tax credit to own clubs. So when they own those clubs, they will raise the value of those teams. They will make more money. You will have the TV rights. You can't have governments still running clubs in Nigeria in this year of our Lord.
Mr. Gary, And I think we even said this on this platform some time ago. We said it here that until we take the clubs out of the hands of the state government, I think Mr. Ogo, you can remember we discussed it here.
We did.
That until we take the clubs out of the hands of the state government, our league is not going to.
My club is
That's one of
3SC.
the
My own dad is 3SC. His own dad is 3SC. We are a 3SC family. That brand is strong.
I know what.
Imagine
In this era, it is very easy. In this era, where you have consortiums, consortias, real families that want to invest in football. If you know you can't do it, and all you care about is money, simple thing: put up a package. Speak to PIF people, the Saudi guys. Speak to Red Bull Group. Speak to Blueco. Speak to Clear Lake. Say, we are giving you a license that you can renew after every 10 years. You pay us XYZ amount. We provide officials, and then everything commercial about it, you handle. You give us 20 million, 30 million, and let them die over the 30 million or 40 million. Let them fight in their little houses over the $40 million. And let these consortia this and let them manage it as a commercial concern. So every 10 years it's up for renewal, not the charity thing.
See, Mr. Ogo, we're just disturbing ourselves here. These people, they know what to do.
They know what to do.
They don't want to do it.
Their brain also, I think, at some point, I feel like it is something spiritual. You know why I say something spiritual? It's not just financial survival kind of thing. Because like I said, at some point on the show, right? If I don't steal this cap, I won't have it, right? Then I'll go and steal it. But if I can legitimately go to the shop, or I'll meet the owner of the cap and the person says, okay, have it. I take it and I wear. It makes sense for me to just ask to wear it. Doesn't it? Right? So the same thing.
Yeah.
If you let football work properly, if you're getting $1 million, you're going to get 10 or 20.
They don't see it like that now.
Why not let the football run properly?
Is that money that we get immediately they're interested in?
That's what I'm saying. It's something spiritual. It's a spiritual issue. I don't know. And what I'm not even saying,
Mr. Ogo, apart from being spiritual, it is selfishness, greediness. Like they are very selfish and greedy.
Look at
selfish, greedy, wicked set of people. That's what they are. And just to solidify what I said, that we need to do something now. If not, these people will destroy our football and they will destroy what brings us together. Look at Mr. Charles on this platform. I knew him from Eagles Tracker. Even though I'm not seeing his name, I can recognize him from his voice. Now, this to tell us that one thing that unites us is football. He used to call on that platform. I watch that platform. He's on this platform. Why? Because we are passionate about our football. So we cannot all sit down and allow this same set of people to keep controlling us and destroying our football. We need to do something.
In my own hometown,
Mr. Tunde, maybe you see after the end of that SA game, you see how NFF threw Desas under the bus.
Yes, under the bus. Desas and Ekong.
So unprofessional. So unprofessional. The way they put out that
way more. You don't move that. But I'm saying that I have given up on government doing the right thing. So who can we rely on? Private investors. They have something to lose.
The way it will work.
You can't have government doing anything. And look at
the way we work. Somebody speaks their language of greed.
I didn't get you.
I'm saying that if you look at Nigeria in the past 20 to 30 years, anytime government lets anything go, that industry start booming. Look at music, look at movies, look at even cell phone, whatever. Once they leave that thing alone, look at power now. Once they leave it alone, it start booming. So that tells you what the formula is. Governments will leave all these things alone for private people to run it. You can't have the governor coming in and just running.
They are all thieves now.
You can't run shit. You can't run it.
The only way the football works is, first off, you must have somebody who is wealthy in-house in Nigeria that will speak the language of
how
MPFL.
much for Dangote to buy canopy pillars? How much?
No, I'm not even buying canopy pillars, because for me, I think the owning of clubs right now is the least part, because it has to make financial sense to you. Because if you buy canopy pillars,
No,
No,
Ugo, Ugo.
just hear me out. Hear me out.
The owners will control who runs their league. If they all own the clubs, they determine who runs the league on their behalf.
See, there are different governance structure. If this is NFL, you will be right on the money. If this is NFL, because NFL you have billionaire owners that own all the clubs, there must be a structure that exists that allows you to have that power over the NPFL. The way I see this, if someone comes in and just buys off the league or leases it or something, and then goes on to make international deals with it, that's the only way it will work, because these guys will still frustrate any private owner. Because first off, if you buy a club, I don't know how much any of these clubs will be worth. Because on one of the boring shows I did on here, I looked at Carlisle United. I think they're in League 2 now or thereabout. They are what? Is it 1 million or so? It'll be 10 million or thereabout pounds, which is far more than Remo Stars is what? Remo Stars arguably is worth 700 and something thousand euros based on transfers, fees, and all those kind of things. And they were the league champions last season. So if you're going to buy a club, say, I don't know, 10, 20, 30 million, however how much they put on it, then how much are you going to get for winning the league? And let's say for brands to invest in you, to naming rights, TV rights, your league must be worth something in terms of visibility. People who watch it, eyeballs on it, for them to now place premium value, on your league, on your club in that league.
Can you be more specific? Like, do you mean in terms of changing the laws to make it easier for private owners to control it?
First off, is that, okay, one, what do you get for winning the league? What do you get for being in the league? Because the ones, I wouldn't say flip side or wrong thing about private ownership, but what expectation of a private owner is that I'm buying into this, I'm getting something from it. It's not just love for the game, play, I pump my money in nothing. How much would I get if I buy the league if I buy a club, for 30 million or 40 million? Would I get there in terms of prize money?
Can I explain to you what I mean? Nigerian law says if you're a big consultant, big company, about 2% of your annual income goes to community service. That's Nigerian law. 2% of your gross is for community, whatever. Because we don't follow law, so people don't even implement all those things. So if you have a big company, my point is, government can then say, if you are paying tax of 18% every year, I can reduce your tax to 14 or 13%. So it will be some kind of tax credit, not because you're going to make money from it, but you won't lose money either.
Yeah, but it then becomes a going concern, doesn't it? It becomes a going concern where you now start getting, you have to pay players, you have to pay coaches, you have to start expending money, right?
Right. But that comes to sponsorship and all those kind of things. Which
and then, so the flip side of that, when you talk about sponsorship, before I come in to sponsor your league, what am I getting? If I come to sponsor Premier League, I know I'm having how many million, 100 million eyeballs. Okay. So if I get naming rights for Manchester City Stadium, Etihad, I know millions and millions of people who maybe have not heard of Etihad get to know about it by the fact that they watch.
Let me ask you a question in response. Would you sponsor Kano Pillars if it was owned by Dangote, playing Enyimba owned by Femi Otedola, or if they are both owned by government? What are you likely to put more money in if they are owned by government or private? I'm saying that the interest there, people are more eager to invest when they see who owns stuff. If it's government run, they will not be eager to sponsor. But if it's privately owned, they have that same mindset like you do.
Yeah, I get that point. Okay. I get that point and this is because the Nigerian whole problem of local league, grassroots league, and all that is a complex thing. There are a lot of moving parts to it. One aspect is private ownership, because right now the way the clubs are run, they're run basically as government departments, and government departments are used to compensate cronies, come and be commissioner for sports. The commissioner for sports, he brings his cousin to become general manager of Shooting Stars. Brings his brother to become manager of Rivers United. Those sort of things. So private ownership is one aspect of it. But the other plug-in of private ownership is when you now own something privately, there is now the talk of how do I get return from this? Okay, even if I want to, I don't see this as a business to pay me. How do I ensure that this club doesn't drain me? How do I ensure that this club at least sustains itself? How to that the club pays for the players, signing players, it pays for the coaches, it pays for training, and we can get the world-class facilities we want to get, the club being sustainable. That's not that question. So the question of eyeballs then come in. People watching when you invested.
Okay,
people
I
watching.
see your point.
So
I see your point. I see your point. But my point is, those things will come from the private, not government. So anyway you want to,
sure, to come from private, but it has to work in the league. Has to be from top down, because I feel first off you have to start that top down thing, because the moment you make the league itself an attractive proposition, these investors look at Premier League. The main attractive proposition, you're seeing Abramovich came in, shook things up, and showed people that one man can come and make a team, punch, with the big boys. Then now start seeing all these other people, American consortiums, and all these people coming on that owning clubs and this like, because it's now become an attractive proposition, because everyone knows you, everyone watches it. So any club you own there, you own there, you get sponsors for it, you get all the other things attached to it. So that sort of thing has to be in place. Not that instantly, but if you just go to say, oh, we're going to have this private ownership thing, prize money is going to be, let's say, with Naira has fallen, say 200 million Naira prize money. That gets eyeballs looking at, okay, that's good money. So if I invest 100 million into playing staff and coaches, I know I can get that. And then when you get, that that's something you can win. If Ayuba spent a lot of money on his club, but what did he get for winning those cups? So
because the prize money, this profit. So I get your point, but my point is that my own proposition is just one part of a holistic approach.
Yeah.
Of course, you have other moving parts that needs to come in place, but I see potential because the love is there. The love, so you don't need to do that much. Like you don't need to do that. The love for football. We're a football crazy nation.
Yeah, potential is there 100%. I agree that 100%. Like, okay, I'll just tell you a small story in terms of skill. Of course, growing up, we used to have cousins, siblings, and all used to play football together. There was a cousin I had, everything that Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm not talking about this Cristiano Ronaldo now that has sort of modified his game and has turned to essentially a goal scorer, right? Everything Cristiano Ronaldo could do, Sporting Lisbon, Cristiano Ronaldo, early days Manchester United, Cristiano Ronaldo, everything he could do. I had a cousin that could do everything. Skill, pace, control of the ball, shoot with both foot, everything. Everything. Then you talk about when these clubs they do their preseason thing. Sometimes they go to US, 12 a.m. People wake up to watch it. Preseason friendly, not a league game. People wake up to watch it. So that love is there. But now, what you have to understand again is now you've left that vacuum and you've allowed Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga, to take the attention of people. Now you have to model yourself in a way that you're now competing against these people. So you now have to start thinking, how do I get viewership, share of viewership? Do we schedule the games to be shown every Friday as opposed to Saturday? Or how do we do it? You start to figure out all those things. It can be done, but it's the will that's the issue. It's the will that's the issue, because there are companies, businesses all over the world right now that their own thing is investing in sports. That's it. That's how they make their money. Invest in sports. Like I said, Red Bull Group, clearly, their own thing is we invest in sports, we make money from it.
So that's what they do.
So are you looking at those aspects in terms of an MPFL, or you're happy with maybe you get 1 million from FIFA, 2 million from FIFA, and you all collapse on it?
Start fighting over the money. I'm like, you can make more money if your league is working.
What pains me, right? You can make 10x that easy with the league working properly. You have maybe a streaming service called Nigeria Football Plus or something where people can pay maybe 10 naira or 20 naira or 100 naira a
Where
month.
can we even watch right now, Ugo? What can we even watch right now?
No, I'm saying we're not watching anything now. Why are you watching? You can even maybe 1 or 2 matches here and there.
I saw one on YouTube. Is it Starlink? They put it was Enugu versus Enyimba. The stadium was full. It was a night game. It was down. I'm like, wow. The tension was. I'm like, I felt like I was watching like a Premier League. The kind of quality of play was there. The crowd. No, if you're watching something on TV, if the place is empty, there's no.
You want
the stadium, but the stadium was full. People were into the game. It became the talk of the town, and they're like, "Oh, it's on YouTube, recorded." I said, "So there was no live, no." So I live in America here. So how will I watch? You live in abroad, I believe, too. So where there's no access to even watch the games.
So those are the issues. Those are the things that these people don't think about, because if you have a streaming app where you make it that everything Nigerian football, so you're talking about replays of World Cup qualifying games, replays of Akor qualifying games. Obviously, you license those ones off the back of FIFA, off the back of CAF, and then you talk about your league, everything from TTC to other grassroots leagues to your MPFL. You have it as a bundle on that platform. People pay, I don't know, maybe 1,000 naira. You have millions of people watching that thing. And then, of course, the main cash cow, the main is Super Eagles. Have Super Eagles games, available on there. Maybe replays. That sort of thing. You get people, that brings revenue. Imagine how many people in Nigeria that can just easily pay 1,000 naira a month. That's crazy money already each month. So this is not you having to go cap a hand to FIFA or anything. So that is the issue with the Nigerian football thing. Talents abound. I say you need to, if you don't watch TCC, watch TCC, right? They are available. They show their live games on YouTube. A lot of their games, for whether it's Bagada FC or I know they are grassroots academy, and the stadiums are not that full, but they play games. You see what grassroots boys do. So you can imagine if you create a pathway for them, integrate them into that platform as well. You'll be making good money. So it has to be something that's intentional. But for now, all they think is they still look at the Caucasian messiah, right? FIFA brings 2 million, 3 million grassroots development. Everyone pounces on it. People fight about it. People quarrel over it. People die with it. And the football goes nowhere. That is the thing. And when I think about dual national thing and people get me upset. Why it gets me upset is your grassroots, you've not done anything about it. Other economies, other countries have created this platform and they've brought these boys through and all that. And then for all you need to do, you just need to invite these players. That's all. What you then do is you go on your media smear campaign. Arrogant, everywhere. For what? For people that you've not done anything for their development. And they want to play for you and you're spinning yarn. You also have the ones that at grassroots. There's one Ishak. I think he's the captain for Sporting Lagos. Top player, good centre-back player. I looked at him, I said that's the regen of Benjamin Frederick. Benjamin Frederick is not yet anywhere old, but this guy, good. Akor Adams, good player. Just signed for Anderlecht. How are we not keying into this player? He is a left back, but a dynamic left back. So how are you not keying into all these players? Philip Otele. And the thing is that some people are beating into the poison. Some people say, why would you invite Philip Otele? How are you using this tournament to invite him World Cup Qualifier? Philip Otele is 26. He's not 20 or 19. So you have the talents there where you're not even doing anything to develop them, and you're throwing your nose is up at these players. And one last bit on this dual national thing. A lot of these players, they keep. That's why it has worked for Morocco, because you have different communities in different countries. They are keyed into themselves. Parents know themselves. Eze Wata's father knows Rio. So, knows Rio's parents. So, if NFF keys in and genuinely gets Eze Wata in, it's easy to get Rio in. But when you go and maybe you demand £5,000 for Rio to play for you, that feeds back to Eze Wata. That feeds back to the rest of them. And then they begin to look at you like you're crazy. So that is the problem. You like what tournament? Nigeria lost that game, and then the coach was there begging for someone's jersey. I was like, what are you doing? You are a coach going out to the pitch. I think it was Finidi. Yeah, he went on the pitch and was begging for a player's shirt. I was like, what are you doing? You've just lost this game. Begging for shirts should be a player's thing. But anyway, that's it. So, Jerry, is you there?
Yes.
And then just the final bit, the Benin thing, what you thought about it, if you think we're going to win or going to lose?
Like, even if we beat Benin, which I doubt, South Africa just needs to win. But they are facing a tough competition against Rwanda. So Rwanda is already out. So I don't think, I wish they could have drawn Benin, but like being a bet. So South Africa still have their destiny in their hands.
Yeah, they do.
And even if we, because this is why I was mad at Wambani. That goal thing will come to bite you, because even if we beat Benin and South Africa, if they win, we are out. So we should be hoping for them to draw or lose. That's our only shot. So man, I don't like us being in this kind of situation all the time. I
don't care. One funny thing, how are we playing not preseason? How are we playing a friendly game in the US against Venezuela on the other side before AFCON? And I said something, people may think it's cynical. I said, they just want to go to the United States. They probably have calculated in their brains that these boys are not going to qualify for the World Cup, but we must go now. If they don't want to go America, we will go. I'm sure that's what they are thinking about as well. Hardly physics friendly games. They're going to travel overseas. Gusau and his cronies are going to go there, spend money that they've not worked for, and then come back. That's why I've done it. We should be looking to play maybe in Morocco, preparing for the AFCON.
I said the level I want us to get to. Look, when Brazil is going to competition, they are begging them with money and sponsorship. They don't have to spend. They are begging them like we would pay for ABC. The government don't even have to pay anything. That means you are putting in the work at the grassroots in your own country. You have sponsors for England, for Portugal, for all they brand by themselves. That is the level I want us to get to.
Yeah, that's the level I would love us to be. And that's why I said that if your team starts playing well, starts winning, brands, if ValueJet is your airline partner, before you know it, BA or Virgin Atlantic or Etihad will begin to look for you to be your airline partner, pay you like 10 to 20x what these other guys are paying you. And you get more if things work well, which is sad to me because they keep making things, they keep sort of tilting towards things not working well, taking little cash here and there, and just spoiling everything for everybody, which is just madness to me. If things work well and you still get money for it, why don't you opt for that? So it will take maybe if someone like me becomes president, as football mad as I am, I come in and I say, okay, Gusau, come and sit with me. I'll give you 100 million not to be NFF chairman. I give you 100 million, you don't have anything to do with Nigerian football anymore. You take it and you just go. Don't look back. Just leave everything concerning the job and go away. And don't look back. I'm offering money to leave. Because sports, football is something that makes money. It's something where Brazil, Nigeria produces raw talent at par with Brazil. Don't let anybody tell you different. Wingers, tens, produce players. But MPFL will see Akinsimiro and say, NFL will see Akinsimiro, we're not going to invite you. We'll see Philip Otele, we're not inviting you. We'll see Ezewata scoring high, scoring for Chelsea. A wonder kid, no, we're not going to pursue you. Okay, they'll let them, we don't want to beg to a national. If you want to play for us, no. Okay, what about the ones that have progressed to grassroots level? Peter Edokpolo, all those boys. What have you done to bring those ones so that we know that at least these boys they're born for America, they too do in it, they're too arrogant. Because the way you convince me that those boys are arrogant, which I don't think is even the truth, the grassroots boys should be coming through. The ones that have just Nigerian nationality should be coming through. Then I'm not saying, okay, that's the truth. Look at how these ones, look at how those ones are coming through. Those ones are not coming through either. I'm talking about local coaches not being good enough. I said the only thing that Beyond Limits coach may have, the only issue he may have, may be Osimhen, big name. How am I going to rub shoulder with Osimhen? That would be the only issue. But you see what he does with these boys. Maybe you give him the under 20 job or under 17 job. But no. Maybe somebody in their brain will be thinking, maybe you can go flood this team with Beyond Limit boys. So. And then they go and recycle Landon Boso, recycle Manu Gaba, bring Zubai. Zubai came on and said, I'll take the blame. After taking all the millions you took, I'll take the blame. So it's just madness. So, well, just hope Nigeria wins Benin Republic and maybe South Africa loses. And it's not just a 1-0 win even. That goal we've considered, it's not just a 1-0 win. You want to go there and smash 3 goals at least. Smash 3 goals and then hope South Africa drops points. And this team can I don't see this team scoring 3-4 goals. Maybe if they win 2-0.
At this point, I'm from Benin Republic. I'm a Benin. Let me leave that back. Next time I beg. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. I hope I'm planning a live show where we'll talk about Nigerian football in great detail. So I hope you join me on here, Babatunde and John and Charles as well. So thank you so much, Jerry, for joining me on here. I know this has been a long one, yeah. All right. And you guys who have been watching, subscribing, liking the video, putting your comments in here. Thank you so much for engaging with the video. I'd like to know what you think about the Benin Republic game. You think Nigeria would win that game? And are you hopeful that Nigeria will qualify for the World Cup? Winning this game hasn't hurt Nigeria's chances, if I'm being completely honest. But it still remains a dire situation because if South Africa wins and Nigeria wins as well, South Africa will qualify. If Nigeria wins, Benin Republic and South Africa drops points, loses or draws, Nigeria would qualify. And then if the game ends in a draw and South Africa drop points, Benin Republic will qualify. And even if South Africa doesn't drop points and Benin Republic wins, they'll qualify. So while I want Nigeria to qualify, we have put ourselves in this situation. So at this point, I've come to the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for being out there and supporting the channel. Road to 1 million subscribers. I know we're just on 2,000. And let me see the last count I made of subscriber count is 2,191. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. And road to 1 million subscribers. We keep pushing. We keep going. Thanks so much. And I'll see you on yet another video. Stay well and most definitely stay blessed. Bye-bye.